As an Indigenous woman, this movement is hard for me to participate in some ways. And so I want to speak my truth, but I really don't want to hurt anyone's feelings, but I probably offend people, no doubt. But I'm not interested in rewriting the Declaration of Independence. I'm not interested in rewriting anything. I'm not interested in perpetuating this government, this regime that we live under. I'm not interested in reform. I want to honor those folks that do that work, because I believe in a diversity of tactics. All of us are important, and all our tactics are important. But I am not here to talk about reform. I'm here to talk about revolt, resistance, and revolution. On the Black Mesa, which is in Arizona, I don't know if you're familiar with the folks there, but they have struggled for many years, the indigenous people there. And a few months ago, there was an action in Phoenix. And for several years, several young people and generations, across generations, have gone out to the Black Mesa and have worked out there months at a time. They've learned to run sheep. They've learned to grow gardens. They've learned the way of life there to feed the stove and keep warm in the winter. And when it came time to do an action in Phoenix that affected the people on the mesa, those people that had been there visiting the mesa and learning, they went to the mesa. They took care of the sheep. These were mostly white folks. Went and took care of the sheep, fed the animals, tended to the gardens. And the indigenous folks on the Black Mesa went and stood and spoke for themselves. Now that's revolutionary. That is revolutionary. I was just recently at the Pine Ridge Reservation. Several of us were invited to come there and do a lockdown to keep the beer trucks out of the Pine Ridge. The Lakota women there on the Pine Ridge, on the Rosebud, on the Cheyenne River are fierce. They are fierce women. And this government has something to reckon with when those women stand up. We went there, and these women led this action. It was more than an action. There was something in the heart of it that made it more than an action. And white folks locked down across the road. It was led by indigenous people, but white folks put themselves on the front lines where our bodies have been for years,